Top 10 most epic anime fights of 2022. It's 2023, so let's look back. Let's see what we got for 2022. Start off very hot with Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan. It slowed down, and then boom! This fall season, Bleach came out, Chainsaw Man came out, ended off with a bang. But let's just see. I'm gonna have this video first, link in the description below if you guys want to check it out for yourselves. But let's go see. And if they missed any, let me know in the comments down below what other anime fights y'all recommend for 2022. Let's get it. Mob Psycho, huh?
Mob Psycho has always set a gold standard of excellence in animation, to the point where its other perks somehow got pushed to the wayside. I'm not saying this is completely true, but at times it seems like that the writing and character development in Mob Psycho just doesn't get talked about enough.
Was this the latest season? If it was, it should be like at least top 5.
It's an amazing anime, and it's not so often that a show can quickly shift your mood from being all eyes on screen from a fight to ripping your heart out with dramatic moments. But they did that this season, featuring a side character I'm pretty sure not a lot of us cared about that much beforehand. But let's not take anything away from the fight now, shall we? It's nothing short of amazing to see Dimple go all out in this
because we know
fight.
Bone Studio
that we typically don't associate with
Raw,
Mob Psycho.
the
A
Raw
character fight that stole the show is the best way to describe this.
God damn, why there's so many mobies?
We proceed with Attack on Titan's fight involving everyone against the Jaegerists.
Yeah, this was cool. Yeah, it was alright. They keep fucking lagging it. They keep stretching the damn series, man. Pissing me off.
Did you really think that once the primary Titans had been dealt with, the best of AOT had passed? Well, a few people seem to think that way given the reception to this final arc, and I am inclined to agree. But at the same time, the final arc also gave us some cool fights like this one. First, the Titans are still here, and while they've been taken down a peg, the addition of the whole human-to-human combat aspect more than made up for it. For all the complaints that the final season of AOT got, you can tell they didn't skimp a single bit on the animation and the quality control for this episode. The fighting is just so fast and intense, and it's something that brings back memories of the old days, back when the whole world was still feeling the shock and awe of this anime's smashing debut. I'm not sure if this can hold a candle to something like Season 3's climax, but it sure is worth a mention due to how awesome it is. With the big Titans out the way, I won't blame you if you think that the AOT hype would have subsided a bit, but this whole sequence should prove otherwise. The Titans may not have retained the threat level they had in the series' first half, but they sure pulled their weight in this battle.
Animation's fire. But they're lagging.
For our next entry, we look at Team Ruby versus
Okay, Ruby.
Nightmare Blake.
Okay. I don't know anything about this anime. Looks fire.
It's been a mixed bag for a lot of people, including me. Personally, I like the direction they did with the series, but that's also because I wasn't such a huge fan of the source material and therefore didn't have much of a passion for it as the hardcore fans do. However, what I can tell is that in terms of battles, Ice Queendom has been
all female crew, huh?
Interesting. The one against Nightmare Blake. There's something I really love about these ensemble fights, mainly due to how teamwork shines through, and you can clearly see how each member of the team has a role to play. Amongst the many action sequences in the series, this has become my favorite by far. In addition to a decent fight choreography, you have the emotional stakes at play and the very catchy music. Oh, and you see, likes, comments, and all sorts of engagement help the channel grow and make this video do well. So if you're liking the video so far and want to see more of it, be sure to drop a like and leave a subscription to the channel. Thanks, and I hate to hold you up any longer, so let's proceed. Looking back at it, Princess Connect did make one great
Princess Connect? So isn't that a game? A mobile game?
Right here.
Princess Direct. Top 10. 2022.
It's rare to expect a gacha game adaptation to have this much care
Oh,
and
my
budget
God.
given to it, but as we've seen as the season went on, Cygames really threw in a lot of chips at the anime adaptation of Princess Connect. The second season has vastly improved on the first one, adding the more intriguing plot and more action to the mix. The final battle against Kaiser Insight may seem quite simple, but it's a fight that you'll enjoy a lot more once you get.
Is there any Boruto?
Right. It's the culmination of
no Boruto in this top 10?
Briefly teased in season 1 and fully explored in season 2. Seeing her stand up and take responsibility as the true princess and take it to one of the most despised villains in its season was a thing of beauty, both figuratively and literally. The anime team used much of season 2 to show off their animation chops, and this fight is no exception. It's a pleasing climax to a show that has surpassed all expectations coming in. Even if you've watched season 1, season 2 is such a huge change of pace in a good way, it's hard not to get goosebumps on scenes like this.
All out attack. God damn.
Next is Shigaraki versus everyone.
My boy
Hero
Hands
is still going strong after all this time, and if you're craving for more intense action like...
Did he say My Hero is going strong? I know the manga is. The anime? I don't know. I don't know. The manga is going strong. I don't know about the anime.
Shigaraki has sure built a reputation for himself through the years. It's not like he was just some random side villain when he was introduced, but he really rose through the ranks these past seasons, culminating in a triumphant run last season. Now, with all the hype he's built, he finds himself taking on Endeavor and the heroes. Watching him take on Endeavor seemed like a titanic showdown that's just destined to happen, and it didn't disappoint. It's just one of the fights where you can really feel the intensity emanating from the two fighters, and having Deku and friends in such close calls adds so much to the tension. If you're still not convinced that Shigaraki has what it takes to take the mantle of the ultimate villain, then this fight will surely change your mind. How could we not feature Chainsaw Man, especially with the banger of a battle they gave us with Denji versus Leech Devil?
Yeah, it was fire. It was a good scene. Animation was crisp.
Isn't that a rather minor fight in the manga? Well, yeah, it is, but with the way the anime team produced it, anime-onlys wouldn't know. They truly poured their hearts out in presenting this fight the best way they could, and the results are glorious. Sure, the insane action is something that we've all come to expect, as this is 4 episodes.
That fast-paced HD quality animation.
With everything we've seen so far. Personally, I praise the fight more for the voice acting and how it really conveyed the character's state of mind. You can truly feel Denji's madness as the fight goes on, and it's a far more effective way of getting us to know his character even more, especially in an aspect that some people feel was a bit overlooked in the anime. This battle gets a mention here because of how the anime took this relatively minor fight from the manga and elevated it to new heights. It's one of the best things that I credit for the success of shows like Demon Slayer and Bleach, and looks like Chainsaw Man is quickly joining good company.
Well, talk is a Mappa. Shout out Mappa, honestly.
Summertime Render makes a list with the fight versus the shadows.
Summertime Render.
If there's a show in recent memory that so beautifully portrays determination and resilience from a ragtag group of people who put everything on the line, then it's Summertime Render. I don't know if a lot of you share my opinion, but I think this is one of the best shows to utilize the time loop system, and the way it transitioned from some murder mystery to pure thriller action is nothing short of beautiful, with this fight marking a huge turning point. An entire episode of Summertime Render never felt as short as this one, with the human team combining their skills to outplay Shide and Heine and inching ever close to victory. In addition to the quota for action being filled, it's still filled with the various mental gymnastics and strategy that I've come to love the show for. Shinpei and Groot were never going to beat the Shadows, but with enough strategy and learning thanks to they were able to finally take one from the seemingly unstoppable enemies. Summertime Render is a strong contender for Anime of the Year for me. No joke. Perhaps this fight would encourage you to try
Anime of the Year. I've never heard of it, so. Oh, nah. Top 3? I am a Bleach
With
bias,
Fever
but
being
top
alive
3?
once again, I feel like part of me has been transported.
I guess you got
back to the
One Piece and then
2000s.
Demon
Does
Slayer.
the original Bleach series have a fight as blazingly as intense
This
as
is a good
one?
fight
For
though.
so long,
Fire
fans have
fight.
always wondered what
Yes,
Yamamoto's
sir.
Bankai really is. Sure, he's technically the
Oh
strongest
my
amongst the
God.
captains, but his powers are a bit too simple considering all the broken stuff we have in Bleach, right? A Bankai that just makes more flames. I mean, that sounds lame.
sheesh.
That is until we finally get to see it in action though. Turns out it's not just fire, but fire utilized in
Oh my
various
God.
ways. All
Fire,
modes
literally.
being mind-blowing
Fire,
in
literally.
their own right. Okay, so technically this isn't a fight, more of a big-time flex moment if you ask me. So there's something I can consider when the next volume of that comes out. They literally made an episode of Yuha getting completely annihilated. Then the plot twist
The
drops.
plot twist. Oh my God. This was a crazy ass plot twist. So yeah, that was my clone. It wasn't really me. Oh God.
One Piece is back at it with the fight against Kaido making the list.
Once they finish the Kaido fight, shoot. Once they finish, haha.
When has a One Piece fight gotten you this excited before?
Facts,
Seriously, I haven't felt this
facts.
excited for a confrontation before, and I've spent a good part of the past decade watching some One Piece. Make no mistake, in the whole gallery of One Piece villains, there's no one that got me as excited about the prospect of a climactic clash as Kaido did. And the fight shattered my expectations too. I've read the manga of this part, but seeing it animated and with sound just made everything so much better. The whole thing is
That's true.
just
That's true.
insane, and it's like the One Piece team put in their 120% for this fight. We've seen some well-animated battles before, but this one just hits so different. The fight is filled with a lot of epic moments that you just gotta watch to believe. It's also amazing to see Kaido's endurance in full display here. I mean, the guy spent so much time fighting back to back to back. It's a great payoff to one of the most built-up villains in the series. Wrapping up this list then, we have Team Tengen
Of
versus
course.
Daki and Gyutaro.
This fight was fucking stale. Ufotable went off. They're like, budget out the door. We're going all out.
Half the
Shit.
season is a fight.
But they always do.
Preposterous. But that's just
So I'm
what
not
Team
really-
Tengen versus Daki and Gyutaro
No
is.
surprise
A long
here.
fight, drawn to encompass half a season, and every bit and segment just as exciting as the one that came before it. Looking back at it, having half the season be an extended fight might sound insane, but it sure didn't feel like it when I was watching it, especially if you compare it to the Kaido fight, which is probably a year-long fight. But while the battle's ongoing and people come in and out, we get some side points running in the background while the action rages on up on the surface. Classic Demon Slayer goodness all throughout, with the well-paced fights, the still
My
astounding
goodness, so
animation of
beautiful.
moves, and the excellent presentation, making each moment as tense and gripping as they should be. You just can't get off your seat while eagerly awaiting the result of each action, and that's what makes battle shonen like this so fun to watch. I also would like to point out how Daki and Gyutaro make such an amazing combination in terms of strength and powers that I spent time wondering how the heroes would defeat these two. They're not some super lumbering invincible villain of doom, but the fight against them is a puzzle that makes the whole battle so engaging.
This in 4K? Damn. Crispy if it was in 4K.
So with that, we wrap up the list. I wonder how you'd rank these fights against each.
It's not bad. Not a bad top 10. Not a bad top 10 for 2022. I'm pretty sure. Didn't Boruto have it or was it 2021? There you guys have it. My reaction to top 10 most epic anime fights of 2022. If you guys are brand new, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and I'll catch you next time. Let's see what we get for 2023. Peace.